Hi everybody, welcome back to Astral Irma. Today I'm going to be talking about cloning. Some of you guys asked me for a video on cloning, so here it is. The truth is the elites have possessed advanced cloning technology for at least several decades. Early experimental forms of it likely existed before the 1950s. You know, that's when the secret societies and the breakaway groups like the Nazi black programs and proto-cabal factions we're working with artificial gestation and energy frequency replication. The artificial gestation is for the bodies, and the energy frequency replication is for the synthetic soul that it needs to run the clone, which is hooked up to the hive mind of the Red Queen. Okay, the early clones were completely unstable, completely unusable. But by the 1960s and 70s, usable short-term clones were being produced for military operations, body doubles, and MK Ultra experiments. The real turning point came in the 1980s and the 1990s when the black budget programs refined the use of cortical electromagnetic stimulation and immersive sensory tanks. Okay? This allowed for entire personalities and life memories to be implanted in a clone body within hours. Around this time is likely when the Red Queen AI system came online and was coordinating the clone hive network, okay, which works through wireless signal systems. From the early 2000s onward, cloning moved into the public arena as high-level replacements began taking the place, and you guys know this, taking the place of celebrities, politicians, bankers, tech moguls, influencers. Anything that they didn't want to do, they had a clone to do it. Public speaking, appearances, stage control, and some of these clones were used for sexual slavery and ritual abuse, and also for false flag operations. Swaru said that these clones are biologically identical, behaviorally programmed, and energetically empty. They're animated by a synthetic soul and synthetic soul frequencies instead of true source-linked souls like ourselves. The public was introduced to cloning through scientific stunts like Dolly the Sheep in the 90s. But this was just a smokescreen to hide the fact that the elites had already operationalized full clone templating and artificial personality downloads decades earlier. This technology has never been about medicine and science for the public. It's always been about replacement, infiltration, and control. Now, I'm not saying they're trying to replace everybody on the planet, okay? That idea just doesn't work for me, okay? So again, cloning on Earth is no longer experimental. If you guys are asking the questions of do we have clones or not, yeah, we have the most advanced clones. They can live entire lifetimes, okay? It's been perfected, it's been weaponized, and it's been deployed at scale beneath the public's awareness. Clones are not just grown, they're engineered to serve specific roles in possibly a silent invasion that replaces soul-bearing humans with programmable vessels. In deep underground labs operated by the cabal within the dumps, the deep underground military bases, artificial wombs grow biological copies of real individuals, okay? Like, again, we said the politicians, the celebrities, military officers, corporate leaders, CEOs, and even ordinary civilians who become inconvenient, if you know what I mean. Hopefully this doesn't happen to me, but there are two primary control methods. The first is behavioral and memory overlay loaded via cortical stimulation, where years of life experience can be compressed into a single hour of immersion, giving the clone a believable and internal narrative. The second is a real-time hive signal controlled by the Red Queen AI, a terrestrial supercomputer rooted beneath the Denver airport, DIA. Now possessed by a far more ancient, invasive, non-terrestrial intelligence. You guys have heard me talk about the synthetic intelligence, the SI, many times on Dan Winter's YouTube and other channels. So this signal rides the cell networks, the Wi-Fi, the satellites, allowing the hive to control clones like nodes in a synthetic web. Clones can appear flawless, but they lack the spark. They lack the source signal. Their soul presence is artificially or missing entirely. Okay? So it's replaced by a synthetic simulation of a soul. Some high-level clones retain a partial link to the original. So get this, guys. This can be weaponized through remote torture, sending trauma waves into the clone that the original still feels, and they use this as blackmail. So basically what's happening here is they are doing a virtual, a real life voodoo on people, okay? So because the frequency match, because the clone was taken from the original person, it's still through frequency match through the body, it still has a connection to it. So they can use these things for remote voodoo, real life voodoo. It's so fucked up. Clones are used for false flag events, staged suicides, okay? You know about all those staged suicides, I'm sure you do. Assassinations or attempted assassinations, if you know what I mean. And social engineering. Now, how much do these things cost? Price range from $20,000 for a basic sex toy clone to over $500,000 for elite grade replicas that have long-term neurological stability. They can live just as long as a normal person with a normal life. And most people never suspect a thing. But the family members often feel a shift or sense something is off in the person when they replace a member of their family, as you can imagine. But when these people speak out, they're labeled delusional, obviously. Now, the media ridicules cloning as science fiction, but movies like The Island hide disclosure in plain sight. And it's not just individuals, it's entire demographics that are being infiltrated. The clone agenda is planetary scale, okay? It could be part of a larger synthetic assimilation program run by the SI. The one thing you can't clone, though, you can never fake, is your vibrational signature. You are not programmable. You are not repeatable or replaceable. And no clone, no matter how perfect they are, can carry and do what you do. Source consciousness. They cannot carry the source consciousness. They can't do what you do. They'll never be able to create like you can create. Okay? And consciousness, that's the real war. The real war is over your consciousness. So, if you guys like this video, please subscribe. There's like 40% of viewers that haven't even subscribed yet that keep coming back. Please subscribe and like this video and leave a comment on the section below. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.